Hey guys, Andy here with VSiN getting you set for Tuesday's NHL action. We've got two games, but first let's go back and recap what happened on Monday. Of course, the Boston Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning skated into double overtime. The Lightning got the win. They have eliminated the Boston Bruins, the President Trophy winning Boston Bruins. So big victory for them. They'll await the series winner between the Islanders and the Philadelphia Flyers. That one could wrap up on Tuesday. And of course, the Colorado Avalanche were able to stave off elimination in game number 5. They had a big first period in which they broke out and led 5-0. Heading into the first intermission, the Stars never were able to mount much of a comeback. A dominant showing from the Avalanche, much more in line with what I had anticipated for this series in the first place. But with that being said, Michael Hutchinson is in goal for the Avalanche, and it looks like he might be in goal going forward in this series. We're not sure what happened to Pavel Francouz, but he was ruled unfit to play in Game 5. So Michael Hutchinson, who doesn't have a great track record and really is just a bit of a filler for this Avalanche team, really drops the Avalanche chances of winning future games in this series if he is the starter. And we did see a big shift in the market right before game time when this news about the Colorado goaltending situation hit Twitter. The Avalanche were about a minus 135 favorite. They closed around minus 110. So a big difference between these two goaltenders. Ironically enough, Hutchinson did manage to get the 6-3 win though. So going forward, people might think that he is the better option. But historically speaking, if we're looking at the body of work of the two goaltenders, Pavel Francouz and Michael Hutchinson, Francouz is definitely the better option. But what we've seen in this series is Francouz has been a bit shaky. So you never know. But going forward, if it is Michael Hutchinson, my line would be closer to minus 110, which is where the game closed on Monday. But let's get into Tuesday's games. We've got two to talk about. First up, the New York Islanders and the Philadelphia Flyers. The Flyers are designated as the home team in this one, but Alain Vigneault, the Flyers head coach, has not shown an ability to be able to get his team going when he's able to dictate the matchups as the home team coach. And it really shouldn't matter much. Barry Trotz and the Islanders are firmly in control here. They've been in control all series long. And as I've mentioned in the past, this Flyers team has not looked good dating back to the Montreal Canadiens series in round 1, in which they merely survived, in my opinion, and they've just been able to barely survive against this New York Islanders team. Of course, the Flyers could turn it around. They could turn up the heat a little bit. Their top line, their top scorers could start to generate some offense, which they haven't done all playoffs long, which has been something that has plagued the team. But too little too late for the most part for this Flyers team. I don't see any value on either side. For me, I think it's Islanders or nothing. If you have been backing the Islanders this entire series, a couple of cents either way would not deter me. If I like the Islanders in games 3 and 4, well, I'm probably going to like them in game 5 too. But if you're someone that's been on the fence about this Flyers team, I guess this is the best opportunity to jump in. They're up against they're up against it here. They'll have Carter Hart in goal most likely. I was pretty surprised to see Brian Elliott come out and get that start in game number 5, but that means a rested Carter Hart, a refocused Carter Hart. So let's see what that means. But yeah, no, I really don't like the Flyers' chances of coming back in this series. I estimate they're about 11%, so they'll only win about 11% of the time. As far as this game goes, though, it's pretty close to a coin flip in my opinion. But if we were just handicapping based on what we've seen in this series, the Islanders should be a significant favorite. And of course, let's not forget about the Vancouver Canucks and the Vegas Golden Knights. These two teams will play in a potential elimination game on Tuesday. The Canucks, they're trying to stave off elimination. They'd like to stay in this bubble a little bit longer and see what kind of magic they can make. They almost created another magical moment in game number 4. They almost pulled off the upset as plus 180 underdogs. However, the Vegas Golden Knights just ripped that game right back out of their hands and took that victory. So we're seeing prices here from plus 180 all the way up to plus 200 in some faraway places. I have to like the Canucks at those prices, even if I really don't like it deep down inside. I think that this is probably, the last game that the Canucks play in the 2020 playoffs. However, if you're going to give me plus 195, 200 even, I'm going to back the Canucks at that price. And I'm also going to back the over 6 at minus 110 or better. Played it in game number 4. That cashed pretty easily, and I think we're going to see a similar situation here. The Canucks, they've got some dangerous weapons, mainly Elias Pettersson, who's been dangerous all series long. But the Canucks, they've got some weapons. They can make you pay. They can get some grade A chances, but they're going to sacrifice some defense in doing so. They're going to open themselves up. So I like over 6 at minus 110 or better. And I have to lean Canucks if they're catching a big price like plus 190, plus 195, or even plus 200 here. But like I said, probably the last time we see the Canucks in these playoffs. However, they'll probably go out fighting. We've seen the Canucks do that all playoffs long. So I really like over 6, minus 110 or better. That's it for me. Good luck. Enjoy the hockey action and gamble responsibly.